good, everyone? I don't really know what this video is. It was recommended to me. Who is the nation's girl group in K-pop? Red Velvet, Twice, or BLACKPINK? Okay, so this is the most popular in Korea. It's Twice, right? But then BLACKPINK actually overtook them, apparently, statistically. But then some people don't want to believe it. But I'm not sure if it's true or not. I'm gonna just guess it's true because BLACKPINK is absolutely giant. I don't think Red Velvet's even close to Twice or BLACKPINK. Look at BLACKPINK, man.
Wait, how did all of this happen? With all the girl groups out there, who really is the nation's girl group? One group to represent the whole country of Korea. Could it be Red Velvet?
Wait, one group
from
to represent the entire country?
The first
I don't know if that's necessary, man.
Or Twice,
you can have
the
more than one
powerhouse
representative
of Korea and Japan. Or even BLACKPINK, who put up monster numbers and have tons of fans across the world.
Monster numbers! No rat monster.
And impact on the Korean music and culture. But before we find out who really is the nation's girl group, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Wait, hold on a second. This guy's clearly biased. Look at all the Twice merch in the background.
It would be useful for school, university, or work, especially now since everything is online. Even now,
alright, you got a sponsorship. Okay, we see you getting your money. Oh, we see you getting your money.
Colorful, Grammarly.
We see you getting your money. Like, subscribe.
Over 16
How long is this ad read?
Transform. It's like a mood indicator.
He's still going on the ad read. Oh my lord!
Account and get 20% off a Grammarly premium account today. Big thanks to Grammarly for sponsoring, and now back to the video. Let's take a look at Girls' Generation, who is the first to receive the title. Girls' Generation debuted in 2007,
this is an
and
actual
at the time,
title?
K-pop was largely dominated by male idols and groups. So when Girls' Generation came around, they were the perfect counter to the norm and filled a void in K-pop. However, the first 2 years were
they look like what they do now, then.
Popularity for the group. It wasn't till 2009 when everything changed, with the release of the K-pop classic G. And with that album, they sold over 100,000 copies and began the tremendous rise to the nation's girl group, even taking on America. Although we don't really talk about that.
So we've been all together for pretty long.
So we're kind of like
Your
sisters.
English is very good.
Oh, I was born in America.
Yeah,
Your English is very good.
Thank you so much. I studied so hard.
Now, how did they really
Sit out the alley right there.
It was given to them
What an
by
assist.
Korean news and media outlets. Their major popularity, along with an all-Korean member lineup, visuals, and musical impact and influence, is what made Girls' Generation worthy of the title. Also, everybody in the entire country knew who Girls' Generation were. Male, female, old, young. Ask anyone on the street in Korea in the early 2000s to the 2010s who Girls' Generation were, and you would easily get an answer. But when the group went on a hiatus with some members' contracts expiring with SM Entertainment, you would imagine that the prestigious title would be passed down into the newest group from the same company, and that would be Red Velvet.
That's heavily changed the song. I don't want to get copyrighted.
Debuting in 2014 after Girls' Generation,
Red Velvet.
FX,
I didn't
Red
realize
Velvet
Red Velvet
was
was
the
that old.
obvious choice. But in fact, it really wasn't.
Red Velvet aren't
For
bad.
some odd reason I haven't been able to put together before debut, when they debuted, and when Yeti was added to the group, they were like the most controversial group to come out of the big three. They were getting a bunch of hate, and the reasons were kinda obvious. Debuting at a time when Chinese members of EXO were locked in lawsuits against SM, people thought it was bad timing to debut a new girl group, and it seemed rushed. On top of that, fans of FX criticized the company for debuting a new girl group when FX was only 4 years old. This could be why the Korean press were hesitant to label Red Velvet the nation's girl group so soon. But you can't deny that Red Velvet has put all of the doubts away and have become one of the biggest girl groups in recent history. Now, doing a bit of research for this video, the term that I've seen Red Velvet labeled as instead of the nation's girl group is the nation's pride. And thinking about it, that made sense.
But
although
didn't
I
it just say
have
they hated
seen
them?
Red Velvet also labeled the nation's girl group in some articles, but you know. But to me, the name the nation's pride actually fits perfectly. Here's why.
But
Red
Red Velvet
and
even
Girls'
put up numbers
Generation
like
have
that?
all Korean members, yet they were able to do things differently. They were one of the few K-pop acts chosen to perform in Pyongyang, North Korea for Korean peace relations. The first girl group to do it in 10 years. Red Velvet is also highly respected by the Korean public and the Korean government for their efforts outside of music. Red Velvet are ambassadors for the Red Cross and UNICEF. Now I know the whole Irene thing is going on right now, but I'm going to not include this at this point since the story is still developing. Red Velvet was the creators of some of K-pop's biggest hits like Dum Dum, Red Flavor, Peekaboo, Bad Boy, and Psycho. But one surprising thing that Red Velvet does is they actually compete with TWICE on sales.
Do they?
In the US. Yeah. Promotions except for one US tour, Red Velvet hit 3 #1 albums on the US iTunes chart and 4 #1s on the Billboard World Album chart.
Okay.
With their latest hit, Psycho. That's impressive.
Okay.
Promotions in Korea being cut short. They still won 3 times in a row on Music Core and Nikigayo, getting their 3rd Triple Crown ever with 9 wins in total. Okay, Red Velvet are really strong and powerful, but what about their worldwide sensation counterparts?
Bro, you can't compare Blackpink numbers, bro. They go way too crazy. I mean, look at them, man. You can see why.
Has been in our area since 2016. The youngest girl group of the new generation from the big 3. Like TWICE, Blackpink is multicultural, having Korean members, yet Jennie and Rosé grew up in Australia and New Zealand learning English. Lisa comes from Thailand, representing Southeast Asia. So in Korea's eyes, Blackpink aren't the epitome of the Korean nationality. However, Blackpink's rise in worldwide popularity is historic in this generation of K-pop. But that wasn't done by accident. Created with the members of the backgrounds I mentioned, YG Entertainment knew what market they would attract. But a problem
everyone.
Blackpink
Everyone.
couldn't do really anything about was lack of promotions. Groups like G-Idol, Everglow, and Mamamoo captured Korean fans over the past year, and with that year break between Kill This Love and their latest release How You Like That, those other girl groups rose to get the attention of fans of Blackpink, which was only temporary. People were dying for anything Blackpink. But remember when Blackpink made headlines by performing at Coachella? Americans and celebrities fell for Blackpink. No other girl group in history has been leading the rise of K-pop with 6 #1 digital songs on the Billboard chart. And now with the major comeback of the album. Yes, it's the album that everybody was crying for since the beginning of time. Blackpink now has a #1 album as it blitzed into the Billboard Hot 100 at 59 with Lovesick Girls. And just days ago, the album became a million seller in only 20 days. There's literally no one comparable that is doing that for K-pop and is a female act. Now I listed all those reasons because the title The Nation's Girl Group doesn't really fit for Blackpink. It's like putting a square peg in a round hole. That doesn't look right. And finally, the literal definition of a K-pop sensation. TWICE.
But then again, bro, it's like saying, bro, I don't even know what it's like saying.
Entertainment has been a leader in K-pop for years, with breakout idol groups like G.O.D, 2PM, Wonder
It's like they just disown Blackpink because they're too big, bro. What's going on?
JYP Entertainment would find and polish their hidden gems in their trainee pool. We met the talented trainees competing to be JYP's next girl group. These performances and voting on the show were the first step.
Yeah, this didn't really make sense because they just brought 2 people back after they got eliminated. So what was even the point?
Are the nation's girl group now. But how did they get crowned that name over Red Velvet and Blackpink? TWICE came from a whole different company than Girls' Generation in JYP. TWICE is a larger group like Girls' Generation, but members come from different nationalities like Blackpink, with 3 Japanese members that helped TWICE dominate in Japan, selling over 2 million albums in the country, right behind, guess who? Girls' Generation. And sold out the biggest venue, the Tokyo Dome, for 2 nights in only minutes. But what really did it for TWICE was the music. For some reason or another, TWICE music, even back when JYP was producing it, felt familiar. It appealed to a
wait, JYP actually produces the music? I thought he was the CEO. Okay, I see you, my guy.
Listeners, young adults.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you listen to TWICE, it's definitely like gives you more of that K-pop vibes.
But with songs like Dance the Night Away,
stereotypical K-pop vibe,
more and more, and the latest shift into the mature and unique concepts,
the Blackpink is way more savage, way cooler.
TWICE will gain even more and more fans. TWICE also became sensations by having viral moments numerous times in Korea, with a bunch of people online searching for fan cams. Key choreography points.
I literally just saw those videos.
Twice became known very, very fast.
But
Don't
so do
believe me?
BLACKPINK
Just go
and have
ahead
those
ask
same
Koreans
compilations, man.
themselves. Now I hear you saying this is all opinion and not fact. Okay, I understand. But one thing
Let's see
that
the
is
sales.
fact is sales.
Yes,
if
sir.
you combine Red Velvet and BLACKPINK sales in Korea all together, they still aren't even anywhere near Twice's numbers.
What about
Twice
streams?
dominates the girl group category, obtaining 37%.
Damn, really?
sales
BLACKPINK is that
among
far
all
behind them?
Girl groups, competing with top.
No way
groups
BLACKPINK
when
and Red
no
Velvet
other
equal.
girl group are. Twice won 97 first place on music shows, on track to becoming the next group with the most in K-pop history. Twice are also winners of 15 Daesungs and 3 straight years of Song of the Year at Mama, having lifetime sales of 9 million copies over a 5-year career. Not only that, but Korean news just loves to talk about them. Now, while Twice doesn't have competition in Korea, they do lack international. Twice, with 12 EPs and albums released, only had one #1, and this could be where Twice and JYP makes moves next. Looking back at the Twice Lights tour in 2019, Twice had the 3rd biggest K-pop tour in the USA, selling it out in fact, behind BTS and BLACKPINK.
Of course.
Like, raking in just
Oh,
over
boy, okay,
$30
Twice-
million.
Twice put in more
Doing it
numbers than I
without
thought.
Any real American press or interviews. An American push by Twice could be in the cards sooner than you think. Now, the title of the nation's girl group belongs to Twice. For now. With the introduction of a whole new generation in K-pop, led by G-Idol, Loona, itzy, and SM Entertainment's
Wait,
new
Itzy
girl
is
group,
new?
aespa, that means the crown could soon be up for grabs.
I feel like BLACKPINK still. I don't know. Bro.
Alright, y'all.
BLACKPINK
that's it
is just
for
so
me. Hopefully
huge.
You enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like and remember to subscribe.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
hit the
realize
bell
Itzy-
so you
Itzy
don't
was
miss
the generation
any
after. I
video.
thought they were
Now,
the
it's
same
been a while
generation.
since I did a more analytical and serious.
Hey man, that was a cool video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. Look at Twice, man. So big, so inspirational. If you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe. I just said that and I'm out. See ya.